Politics divide and rule. Politics don't show people God. Politics divide and rule. Politics don't show people God. Politics tell you that somebody can do something fair. You know? What we know is God that do everything. So the best man to deal with is God. When you deal with God, you don't deal with politics because politics divide and rule.
Government claims to have the people's interest at heart. You need to think again.
Cellulate with sensors, all joined together by the Internet of Things, and the urban environment is as antiseptic as a Zurich pharmacy. But this technology...
Over the years, different groups of these secret societies have emerged for specific tasks. And because the agenda has a specific time scale, and across the millennium is the time of introduction,
they are spending up to 70 or 80% of their expenditure on education and health. Caribbean governments today are spending up to 70 or 80% of their expenditure on education and health. Why? Because after 300 years, the British have left Caribbean peoples illiterate and unhealthy.
I don't know why I bring all these papers. I never look at them.
Oh, when you're giving numbers, I do. I go, oh. I said that. Did you really see that?
I just say whatever they write down for me.
Yes, family, so you know what's upright and upright, you know what I mean? Alright, so we're gonna turn up the heat. As you see the videos, then what we're gonna play. So we're not playing our own family, you know what I mean? The journey goes on, no matter what, you know what I mean? The journey goes on. So upright and upright. So make we take it off to the next level and, you know, free yourself from this enslavement, you know, of this system, and we have to be that lion what we are inside. If you're not a lion, boy, probably you're one of these creatures of the earth, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, so we're gonna shine today, make we light shine and things. So first I have some video what I want to play out, you know what I mean? And play out these video, family, hear me? We are great. I never met no one dim your light, you know what I mean, family? I don't make no one make you feel fear of nothing. So I'm sharing the live. Help me to share the live, CMA family. And I upliftment same way, yeah? So as you see Bob Marley say already, it's like politics is like, it's just divide and rule, you know what I mean? Alright, make we know what go on in the world then, yeah? Love your family. Upright and upright. Share the live.
Master your mind, somebody and something will. If you're not going to be in charge of your life, somebody and something will. Keep that in mind. Those are the doorways to FREEDOM. Our favorite word, is it not? That's how you get free.
Soul. Number one is you tend to seek alone time whenever possible. You always seem to find more joy and fulfillment when you are alone rather than when you are surrounded by other people. Number two is you find peace in knowledge, truth, and wisdom. You enjoy spending your time with books more than with people, and find that a great use of your time is spent on reading and studying rather than going out to parties. Number three is you feel tapped into your spiritual side. You are highly aware that you are an eternal spiritual being and dedicate time to serve your own growth and expansion. Number four is you feel highly connected to the past. History fascinates you and you feel closer to people that are older than you than those who are of your own age. Number five is you understand that there is a bigger picture. You are strongly encouraged by the fact that there is something bigger than you and the world, and you feel motivated to do good because of it. You feel that by sticking to what feels right to you, your soul will always end up where it's meant to be. Number six is advice flows like water. People often come to you for advice and you always take the time to answer their questions. Number seven is you are wise beyond your years. By your experience, you show that you've been here before and make it clear that it's not your first rodeo.
The entire
about death, First of all, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. So what you believe to be death is merely an illusion of the mind. Death is transformation from one I am to another. And your next reality is based on the karma of this reality. This is because of the law of cause and effect. Every action has an equal reaction. You can't escape the energy that you deal. Everything in this reality is temporary, and you can't take anything with you when you die. It's not about what you went through or what you didn't have in this reality. It's about how you respond and how you dealt with your adversities that determines your next reality.
Yes, family. I have a little topic to talk about that, you know what I mean? Yeah, because you see that video, yeah? The video where the family I talk about. It's like, it's a good topic, you know? It's a damn good topic, but a lot of family will just listen to the family and believe in the words where them say and all of these things, you know what I mean, family? But guess what now? You see, like what I'm saying, that is not real, you know what I mean? Because we are energy in the body. Family, don't fear that. You understand me? You're on a journey. You understand me? You don't know how you come into this world, but this world accept you, say you are in the world. You come to your sense and see that you are in the world, so you are special. Some people just believe what the government say, what the schools say, what the books say, but you acknowledge what life say. You understand me? And we are on a journey. You understand me? Don't believe the government, and that is what I'm saying. If you believe the government, you see me as stupid, you see me as dumb and all of these things. And people will see you as the same when you start to talk the truth. So family, find the righteous light and work with the righteous light. Help me to share the live same way. You understand me? All right, we are stepping in the topics them now, yeah? I got loads of video, family, to tell you about the truth. Remember to share the live. You understand me? I love you so much.
Government claims to have the people's interest at heart. You need to think again. In the entire history of mankind, there has never been a political elite sincerely concerned about the well-being of regular people. What makes any of us think that it is different now? If the age of enlightenment has certainly this: never take anything any government tells you at face value.
The only pandemic we have is among the unvaccinated.
Always question every.
All right, I want to talk about the disease, you know what I mean? I'm going to really want to play the disease video, family, because if I play the disease video, they're going to block the channel. And when you check it out, you can't get the information them daily. You understand me? The news is supposed to tell us the truth. Today, the news is oppressing us. You understand me? It's like they must say, oh, we must do better, we must do better. All when you do better in your life, you know what I mean? All the days of your life, because, you know, Christian, they do the best of their life, not you. Muslim, they do the best of their life, innit? Like all religion, they do the best of their life. But do we getting better? You understand me, family? Yeah, because we still listen to the oppressor. So we're looking on the oppressor and looking through the oppressor eyes. And when we're looking through the oppressor eyes, we think, say, oh, the world will get better when you are the solution. We are the solution. You understand me, family? Now, what if you say it's like a man will come from out of the sky and come say, oh, yes, everything must finish. No, because you make out of the creator image, innit? So the creator give you his life, you know what I mean? He give you his life in a family. And if the creator give you his life, don't feel say he's going to come out of the sky when he's already in you. You understand me? Everybody have two sides of thinking. They have their conscious side when they don't know something. It's like they think, you understand me? Next, them have the physical side. Although you can't see it, you know it. You understand me? If I say that is a water, you can't see the soul of the water, but you can know say that is a water. So you have that side where we are living now, but we have to use the creator mind. You understand me? Because he is the one who is guiding you inside your head, you know. But you have to know these things. You understand me, family? You can't keep knowledge inside of you. Because when you go on the spiritual side, Who you gonna teach? You can't teach spirit nothing. Show me one spirit you can teach. You can't teach spirit nothing. So you have to teach you physical because the physical can be controlled, you know what I mean? Like control, manipulate. Like people think we are people. People think that we are the body. You understand me? People think that we are black. People think we are white. People think we are Indian. We are just energy inside of a body. You know what I mean? All right, so let me say that video.
Pullulate with sensors, all joined together by the Internet of Things, and the urban environment is as antiseptic as a Zurich.
Family, only thing me I show you say government them crazy and them need to step down now, you know what I mean? And make the righteous light shine. And you can't call yourself a righteous light when it's like you see oppressors and stand and it's like you supposed to be understand. Not oppressor and a family. You.
Pharmacy. But this technology could also be used to keep every citizen under round-the-clock surveillance. A future Alexa will pretend to take orders, but this Alexa will be watching you, clucking her tongue and stamping her foot. In future, voice connectivity will be in every room and almost every object. Your mattress will monitor your nightmares. Your fridge will beep for more.
All right, family. So when he's saying all of these things, you know, if he say it's going to backfire on him too. It going to backfire on him too, innit? It going to work against him too. So when he's saying all of these things, family, he's dumb. Show me one government is thinking. They're not thinking. They're programmed to enslave the people. Government is slave master. They are, you ever know when you watch a slavery movie, government is slave master. They are not your master, family. So when they collect tax from you, they are just a slave master. They are not your master. Your boss is not your boss. Why God and the Creator gonna send you in the world and have a boss above you when we all have equal mind? We all have equal mind, innit? But they enslave us. You understand me? To say, oh, boss. Because look in yourself. Boss. What is boss? Look in yourself. Look at when you're lost, family. Look to nature. What is the boss? Then teachers say the lion is the king of the jungle. No, every animal is the king of the jungle. Show me one like the sun or the moon or the star or the water or the soil. What is the king of life? Everything in it. You can't say the sun is the king of life because the sun still need like life to live in it. The water is not the king of life. All of them. So we supposed to be these life family. So when you say, oh, you have a king above you, when you say you have a boss above you, a supervisor above you, and all these things, family, it's all a program. Family.
Your front door will sweep wide the moment you approach like some silent butler. Your smart meter will go hustling of its own accord for the cheapest electricity, and every one of them minutely transcribing your every habit in tiny electronic shorthand, stored not in their chips or in their innards, nowhere you can find it, but in some great cloud of data that lowers ever more oppressively over the human race. AI. What will it mean? Helpful robots washing and caring for an aging population, or pink-eyed terminators sent back from the future to cull the human race?
All I'm do is try to put fear in us, yeah, family? Don't fear none of them because they don't know what they're doing.
Years, different groups of these secret societies have emerged for specific tasks. And because the agenda has a specific time scale, and across the millennium is the time of introduction, through this century, this agenda has been advanced quicker and quicker and quicker. Towards the end of the last century, and right at the start of this one, a secret society was created in Britain, not surprisingly, called the Round Table. Was headed up originally by a guy called Cecil Rhodes, who was one of the bloodline families that orchestrated the manipulation and takeover of southern Africa by Britain. Also, Rhodes scholarships came out of this guy, Cecil Rhodes. I think I mentioned those earlier, where the youngsters of the bloodlines around the world are picked up and given a Rhodes scholarship to Oxford University. This comes out of the same guy. Well, he died in 1902, and other people took over. And there were roundtable groups, interlocking, set up around the world. The key places were America and Britain. And when we had the First World War, the key people in the American War Administration were members of this round table, and the key people in the cabinet in Britain were members of this same round table. So they orchestrated the First World War, and afterwards, when they were deciding how the world would be redrawn as a result of the war, the very same members of the round table were appointed to the Versailles Peace Conference to decide how it would be set up and redrawn. Classic problem, reaction, solution. Create the problem, create the war, get the reaction, something must be done, and then offer the solution. At that Versailles Peace Conference, again in Paris, the cities and locations keep reoccurring, they had a meeting at the Hotel Majestic in Paris in 1919, these roundtable members, both sides of the Atlantic, and they started to orchestrate the creation of offshoot organizations around this central core that would push this agenda on through the 20th century. The first one created was the Royal Institute of International Affairs in 1920 in London, still going strong today, a major part of this network. In 1921, in America, came the Council on Foreign Relations, which is subordinate to the London Royal Institute of International Affairs. Since 1921, virtually every president and endless major positions in the administrations of both parties have been members of the Council on Foreign Relations. You cannot become an ambassador for the United States today without being a member of this private organization. In 1954 came the Bilderberg Group, set up at the Bilderberg Hotel in Oosterbeek, Holland. And this, like the Trilateral Commission that came in 1972-73, these organizations coordinate the same agenda between apparently unconnected areas of our lives. So, for instance, the people that attend and are members of these groups are the top people in the global military, global politics, global banking, global business, global media, etc. And so through these organizations, the same policy is coordinated. And I'll just give you one example of what I mean. The Bosnian War has been an example, magnificent example of all these elements that I'm talking about. First of all, it was problem, reaction, solution. You had the problem, the war, the reaction, something must be done, and the solution, a 60,000-strong world army under NATO control, which has advanced the agenda closer to the world army, which is the great goal of this agenda. People like Henry Kissinger, Kissinger Associates, and Lord Carrington, founding director of Kissinger Associates, were the key manipulators of the Bosnian War, among many others. So when you take that into account, and then you look at these organizations, and you look at the key peace negotiators in Bosnia, throughout that period of that war and conflict, some incredible coincidences start to unfold. When the war started, the European Union appointed the first peace negotiator, Lord Carrington. Lord Carrington, founding director of Kissinger Associates that orchestrated the war. Lord Carrington, chairman of the Bilderberg Group since 1991. President of the Royal Institute of International Affairs, Trilateral Commission member. When he failed to achieve peace in Bosnia and the war went on, along came another European Union peace negotiator, Lord David Owen, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, and he was replaced when the war went on by Carl Bildt, the Swedish Prime Minister, Bilderberg Group. Working with them through this same period were the United Nations appointed peace negotiators. The first one was Cyrus Vance, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations. He was replaced by a Norwegian, Thorvald Stoltenberg, Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg Group. The war went on. The horrors went on. The clamor, something must be done, got louder and louder, politically and in terms of the general public. It was time to play the sting. Onto the stage, first of all, came Jimmy Carter, an independent peace negotiator, former president. Jimmy Carter, first Trilateral Commission president of the United States, Council on Foreign Relations member. And then came the team that introduced the sting, the solution, the World Army. This was led by Richard Holbrooke, Bill Clinton's peace envoy. Richard Holbrooke, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations. He answered to the Secretary of State at the time in America, Warren Christopher, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, who worked with William Perry, the Defense Secretary at the time, Bilderberg Group, and they answered to the President, Bill Clinton, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, who answered to the unelected David Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger, leading executives of the Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations. The first head of the World Army appointed in Bosnia was Admiral Leighton Smith, Council on Foreign Relations. And the ambassador in the former Yugoslavia through this period was Warren Zimmerman, Council on Foreign Relations. Just a coincidence, nothing to worry about. But unless you do this research, you think all these people are independent, when actually they're all connected. This roundtable network also accounts for the coordination of the media, because if you look at the 3 television networks in America, NBC, ABC, CBS, if you look at the Los Angeles Times, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, etc., all over the world, you're looking at the people who control those organizations being members of this same roundtable network. Washington Post, Katharine Graham, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, and so it goes on. So you have a coordinated policy, a coordinated agenda through all these different areas of our lives, including the media, which controls how that agenda and those events that you're creating are actually reported to the people. Complete stitch-up, but it doesn't have to be. It depends on us giving our power away and watching the Price is Right instead of focusing on what's going on in the world and taking responsibility for it so it ceases to happen. Just to finish the sequence, this is the administration of a Democrat, said on his election form, Jimmy Carter, Trilateral Commission member, also Council on Foreign Relations. Democrats, and here's administrations, here's CFR, TC, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations. This is more Jimmy Carter, more of the same organizations coordinating policy through this apparently elected administration. So then you get to 1980 and you think, oh, well, I'm fed up with them Democrats, and of course I'm in a democracy, and so therefore I can choose someone different because I want to change the policy, you know, and it's great being in the land of the free and all that. And so you choose Ronald Reagan. His chief advisors up there were David Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger, 2 of the great brotherhood manipulators of the 20th century. And then again, the names change in these various positions, but the coordinating bodies do not. CFR, TC, everywhere. More Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was a non-member, but he didn't have to be, did he, Ron? He read the autocue, did as he was told, like they all do. But he was a member of other secret groups and, of course, Bohemian Grove, as we saw earlier. Again, here you have the ambassadors, the Congress, the State Department, CFR, TC. So then you move on to George Bush. George Bush, I would refer you to And the Truth Shall Set You Free and The Biggest Secret, and I will say no more about George Bush. So there again, another administration, different names, same coordinating bodies. More George Bush, same again. So then you get to, what is it, 1992, and you say, well, I'm fed up with them Republicans. They've had all these terms, and you know, with Reagan and Bush, and I think we ought to have a change. And so along comes Slick Will from the Windsor bloodline from Arkansas, and he starts saying that he stands for change and I stand for change and vote for me, we need change. That was his mantra throughout that election. Well, let's see how the change took place. Here's Bill, member of all of them, got the full set, and there again, different names. We're Democrat now because it says so. Same coordinating body, Bill Clinton administration again, same coordinating bodies.
Today are spending up to 70 or 80% of their expenditure on education. Caribbean governments today are spending up to 70 or 80% of their expenditure on education and health. Why? Because after 300 years, the British have left Caribbean peoples illiterate and unhealthy. After 300 years of taking their labor, exploiting their labor and enriching themselves to build themselves into the most powerful nation on earth, they have left the Caribbean peoples illiterate and unhealthy. Which means that the governments today now have to clean up illiteracy and clean up the ill health. Do not have the resources to do it. I like to use Jamaica as an example. After 300 years, the British left Jamaica with 80% of its people illiterate. When Jamaica went into independence, in 1962, 80% of the people were functionally illiterate. And then you say to Jamaica, with their 2 million people, go and develop. There is no nation on this planet using any method of economic development that could transform a society with 80% illiteracy into a developed nation in 50 years. It is impossible. Because from the illiteracy springs a whole range of other conditions. From the illiteracy springs a whole range of other conditions that undermine the best thrust for development. You have to deal first with removing illiteracy. Then you have to move to deal with health, because health and illiteracy are linked. We now have in the Caribbean an explosion of chronic diseases. We have 60% of the black people in the Caribbean over the age of 60 have hypertension or diabetes, or both. Now, if you take the single criterion of chronic diseases, hypertension, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, if you take that simple criterion, the black people in the Caribbean are the unhealthiest people on the planet. And you have to understand that. On the one hand, we are watching Usain Bolt and we're watching the Caribbean athletes. We're watching the Caribbean with an image of being the most athletic people on the planet. But beneath that image of these super sportsmen and women is the hard reality that we are now the sickest people on the planet. In every black family in the Caribbean, hypertension and diabetes is endemic and congenital. In my family, almost everybody over 60 has hypertension and diabetes. And it's the same for your families, for all of our families. There is an explosion of ill health in the Caribbean. And this is a legacy of slavery and colonization. You take a people, put them on an island for 300 years, give them salt fish and salt pork every day, overwork them, undermine them, sell their children, rape their wives, make them work 20 hours a day, overwork, malnourish, and take them through that stress profile of physical and mental terror. What you get? Hypertension and diabetes. It was the same then as it is now. When your doctor tells you to learn to relax, take out your salt. Well, you can take out the salt, but your foreparents couldn't take it because that's all they had, salt. And now the result is that black people in the Caribbean cannot metabolize salt and sugar. Because for 300 years, that is what you were fed on plantations, plus the stress. So we cannot metabolize salt and sugar, and now we all have a salt and sugar problem, hypertension, diabetes. And we are spending millions of dollars to deal with this. Millions of dollars we are spending to fight hypertension, diabetes in the Caribbean. That is going to be the #1 economic crisis in this region next 20 years, unless we find an answer to it. At the University of the West Indies, we've started to do this research. And I can share with you the problem that we're having. The drugs that are being used to treat high blood pressure, for example, have been clinically tried on Caucasian peoples because they are the majority in the markets. The drugs are 95% efficient on a Caucasian body Because when you take a hypertension drug, what happens, the drug goes into your body. It sends a message to your cells to open up, let the blood come through. It sends a message, okay. When a white person takes that drug, the cells have a 90% response. When an African black person in the Caribbean takes that drug, we have a 70% response. So we are still dying at a faster rate. When you see people in the 60s and 70s having strokes and heart attacks because of hypertension, it is because the drugs are not working. They're not working as well as they should. Now, the important thing about this is that the drugs work on the Africans. The drugs work on the Africans as well as they work on the Caucasians. But they don't work on us because something happened to us. You see, so when an African in Nigeria and Ghana and so on takes the drugs, she has a good response. When the Europeans take it, they have a good response. But in the Caribbean and in the New World, the Africans over here don't have that response because something happened to us. Because we have been genetically modified during that slavery period. It doesn't work on us. And now we have to find out. So right now we are taking blood samples. We are taking blood samples from people in Nigeria and Ghana and comparing blood samples with Barbados, Jamaica, St. Vincent, and trying to find out what the differences are so that we can figure out why the cells of black people in the Caribbean don't respond the same way as Africans do. What has happened to us in the process? The stress profile of slavery for the 300 to 400 years. And believe me, we have lost some very good people in the Caribbean over the years from heart attacks as a result of hypertension. People who really should be living longer. But let's say there are 5 or 6 drugs that we are using for hypertension. We've tried them. We've had individuals in our university community, and we have moved them from one drug, it worked for a year, to the next, it worked for a year, to the next. And we've gone through all the drugs, and eventually the body starts reacting, and we're getting people dying of heart attacks. That should be alive. So slavery was not just killing you in the slavery period. 150 years later, slavery is still killing us at a faster rate. So when people say to you, slavery is over, it's in the past, you are now in the jet stream of it. We are now experiencing the medical consequences of it. And that is devastating our governments and our economies and our families. Each time one of my great colleagues die of hypertension, heart attacks, I shudder. Because I know that had that person been white, they would be alive because the drugs would have worked better for them. But we do not have the resources to do this work. We have approached the pharmaceutical companies, and they have said to us, the black people in the Caribbean are only 5% of the world's population. This research requires millions of research dollars to have the drugs adjusted through biochemical research so that when a black person from the Caribbean takes it, they get the same response as anybody else. But it requires a lot of biochemical research. And we have started.
Yes, family. So according to what the professor talk about, it's like, let me tell you the real meaning of slavery, because how I get to know it, it's not like I watch TV or I watch videos and things, but I continue to talk. And when you continue to talk now, yeah, it's like you will learn from the truth you seek and the truth you talk from, innit? Slavery is like when you don't know thyself, because you're a slave to yourself, innit? Like you're in the earth. Like, we all own the earth, but we don't know that, innit? We think the government own the earth. So we're just a slave to the earth, innit? All right, we have all medicine in the earth for everything, yeah? But we still look to the doctor for medicine, innit? So that is like a slave to ourselves. Like, we need clothes to cover our body, but we have to go to a shop to buy the clothes. So we are enslaved to ourselves. So that is a slave family. We're living in a world, and living in the world is like a lot of family don't know say the earth is for each and every one. They think It's the government, the police, and the soldier, and all these people own it. Even the soldier them brainwash. Even the police them brainwash. Government brainwash. Because a child come into the earth, don't know nothing. You think he can just get up and say government. No, you have to be programmed. He's just a soldier shooting a gun. You think he can just get up and just hold the gun and shoot it? No, you have to be programmed. You understand me? For you to be a trade person, you have to be programmed. You understand me, family? And that is who we are living amongst. We are living amongst program. It's like for the pastor to talk about Jesus Christ, you have to be programmed, innit? So, family, you are not a program. You are cured to the earth. And as you see, the families talking about the Caribbean families, they was genetically modified. They was modified, innit? You see? Why is like the people them in Africa not act like the people them in the Caribbean? You understand me? Yeah. So in at the end of the day, family, we was modified. Whether you're black, you're white, you're Indian or Chinese, we was all programmed to obey the system. Yeah, or they use that. They teach our mother and father obey the system. Yeah. And after now they obey the system, they teach us to obey them. Yeah, because you obey your mother and your father, innit? So after you obey your mother and your father, it's like you have to obey the system because your mother and father did obey the system, innit? So you grew up now and obey the system, but you enslave yourself. Alright, family, make we turn up the heat again, yeah? Alright, love goes out to the brother there, but you know, it matter about Caribbean, we take it to like new heights, you know what I mean, family? Alright, we are turn up the heat again, yeah?
I don't know why I bring all these papers. I never look at them.
Oh, you're giving numbers I do. I go, oh. I said that. Did you really see that?
I just say whatever they write down for me.
That's why you're guessing.
Yeah, y'all heard that for yourself. The chief health officer said, she said whatever they write. And I'm going to tell y'all just how important it is to pay attention to this video, because I'm going to explain to y'all why we are here to social media, from where it started to where we at today. And this is how they spread fake news, this is how they spread propaganda, and this is how they put ideologies and thoughts in the world. But not only that, I'm going to show you just how fake the news is and how they all read from a teleprompter saying the same thing.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about the trouble and trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
Plaguing our country.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 You saw it and you heard it for yourself, right? This is when your grandma come to you and say, well, the news said we got to do this and the news said we need to do that. Grandma, where you get it from? CNN News, Fox News. This is the same thing I was talking about yesterday with cognitive dissonance. When they tell you something over and over and over and over again, and your brain start to develop a belief of that. And when someone try to tell you different, you don't want to hear it. This is like psychology, man. You got to learn psychology. Now, we ain't gonna make this video long. I'm finna show y'all just how important it is to know. There's a company called Sinclair. They the one who own damn near every broadcasting company in the United States, and if not outside the United States. This is how these people get their agenda across to the sheep, to us. And I'm gonna show you just why it's so important, right? Back in the days when they used to ring the town bell and everybody walk up to the square, that's some Masonic stuff right there. When they walk up to the square in that town to get the information, whatever that information was, this is how they relayed their propaganda on the people during that time. Then what they did, they came out with broadcasting, radio, and television. These are tools to get fake information, not just fake information, but these are tools to keep us in darkness, to tell us what to tell us what they want us to know. This is why I say you see the world through another group of people's vision, not your own vision, because everything you know, they told you. I'm trying to get you to think and show you why TV was created, why radio was created, because they want to be able to get this information to you. I just showed you how they sit and read from a teleprompter all around the world, just giving you the same BS. Now check this out. I used to own a radio station. My first check from Slip and Slide Records, Atlantic Records, my first check, I went and bought an underground radio station. Trust me, I know how powerful an underground radio station is. An underground radio station is powerful. I understand. Anything you say, these people will listen. These people will believe. I'm telling you, this is the power of radio. This is the power of television. Now, broadcasting, the word broadcasting, let me tell you where that comes from. If you ever promoted on TV, right, you basically broadcasting your commercial. But the only way that you can depict how to get your demographic, depending on what it is you're promoting, like say you promote a concert, a rap concert, you want to promote on BET. You want to promote on channels that have black shows where black people are watching, because it's broadcasting. You casting out to everybody. But that's the only way you can kind of, narrow down to the demographic you're trying to hit, by broadcasting. Same way with radio. The only difference with radio was the genre of the radio station. If it played urban hip hop and all that, you got black folks listening to it. So you want to promote on that station if you promote a black event, or, you get what I'm saying. And if you're doing something different, if you're doing a Latin commercial, you want to do it on a Latin station. So y'all know how that go. But from going to the town square, ringing the bell, to radio station, to television, now we got social media. This is where the rubber meets the road. Social media, they don't do broadcasting and it's going out to everybody. They do what they call targeting. They can directly hit you directly. The person that they want to get this commercial to, they can target you. Why? I'm going to tell you why. They target you based off the things you do on social media, the posts you put up, the things you like, dislike. They gather all this information and they can say, well, I know this commercial or I know this advertisement this person will like, so we can send this to this person's page. This is called targeting. And the thing about targeting is they can specifically target the person that this commercial or this advertising or this fake media or this propaganda will go to. This is so important to them because now they can gather all the information needed and know who to target. I'm gonna tell y'all something. These people record everything you do on your social media. Everything. Why you think you don't get commercials of things that you're not interested in? Because the actions that you're taking on your social media will kind of display that this commercial ain't for you. And you may ask, well, what's all this got to do with anything? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why this is so important. This is literally taking your information, which is illegal, taking your information and using it against you, making you do things, buy things, making you agree with things that you normally wouldn't even think about. This is how Amazon made $1 billion over what it was. I don't know what it was. Amazon, what it was, $1 trillion, $1 billion, whatever it was. I don't know. It's early. This is how Amazon did that good, because they had all the information. Every time you go on Amazon, they record everything you do. Amazon is so precise with their data, right? They can tell if you're pregnant before you can tell. Why? Because they cross-reference it with other people who's pregnant, and the things that they're looking at on Amazon, cross-referencing and come up with an assumption that you may be pregnant based off the actions you're taking on Amazon. Y'all stay with me now, pay attention. This is why it's very important that you understand what is going on. Why you think Facebook is free? You're going to pay with your eyes or your ears, one of the two. Let me tell you why. If you on Spotify, right, or any other subscription, you paying for a subscription, you don't have to watch advertising. But if you get a free subscription, if you're doing it free, you're gonna be shown advertising. They get paid from those advertisers, so you're gonna pay with your eyes and ears, or you're gonna pay with your pockets. This is the new platform. Same way with streaming. This is the new platform. But what y'all got to understand is they know more about you than you know about yourself, based off the actions you're taking on these sites. So when you look at TV, hopefully when you see TV, radio, and all these different forms of communication, you see it differently after this video. This is not for your enjoyment. This is for them to collect data on you so they know furthermore how to finesse you. Pay attention with me. Stay with me. I tell y'all these things so y'all can start understanding how the world works. You get me? So when you see people on the radio station, they'll diss an artist, and next week have them on that show kissing his balls on some, like, dang, y'all just were talking about the man. This is what they do. This is how they feed us fake news, and this is how they get ratings, because people, for some reason, people love negative stuff. World Star. They love negative stuff more than they do positive stuff. It has to be entertaining. And I broke the word entertaining down for y'all. So I'm just trying to get y'all to open your mind, trying to get y'all to think, and I'm trying to get y'all to see how these people can get information to us as people, and we believe it. And this is another thing. Know the difference between a brand. This is why your grandma, your mother, your the older ones, this is why they love CNN or Fox News, because it's a brand. It's just like Sony. Sony will buy the same manufactured CD player from Thailand or wherever, and when they put Sony on it, the value goes up because of the brand, the trust that people have in that brand. That goes for any other brand. So this is why you can see Converse selling shoes and Converse selling glasses. I've seen Converse glasses. It's the brand you buying. The glasses are coming from the same manufacturers. The same people that's making Gucci glasses are making Converse glasses. But it's the brand. So when you see something so much, like I said, cognitive dissonance, you see it so much, you see it so much, you see it so much, you start to say, I trust it. This is psychology, man. These people know this about you, and you don't know that about you. But hopefully this video helped y'all understand broadcasting and communications and how they affect us in our lives. Same as they doing with your kids with TikTok. TikTok is influencing your kids in ways you have no idea, introducing them to concepts and things that you have no idea, that you had nothing to do with. So monitor your kids on TikTok and all other social media platforms. You dig what I'm saying? But like I say, once you get a group of people to do something over and over and over again, we become accustomed to that. You get what I'm saying? This is why people posting each other on their social medias validates their relationships in some way. Not for a very few people, but for damn near everybody. If you ain't posting the person you with on your social media, they feel as though you don't love them. Because we have to understand that social media is a part of our lives now. It has been incorporated in our lives right up on our noses, and we ain't even pay no attention to it. We don't understand how much of a slave we are to social media. This is why I use my platform to put out good content. You know what I'm saying? Everything in the world has a positive and a negative. You dig what I'm saying? And before I get on my social media talking about a bunch of crap and all that, because I know what it's for, man, I'm finna educate my people, man. I'm gonna educate y'all, man. I hope y'all share this video, put it out, help me move it around. And like I say, we may not agree with everything, but everything I come to you with, you can research it yourself. But hopefully this video open your head up on some things. Hopefully now you get to see why they so strict on you owning a TV station or a radio station or because it's powerful, man. This is me coming to y'all remotely like this is powerful because I'm putting a message out there. I may not have I don't have that big, massive radio station or that big, massive push like they do, which in the music business, we call it the machine. But I take what I do have and push out the message that I feel as though people should see and hear. You dig what I'm saying? But just think about it. They doing it on a massive scale. So that's why we have to stick together. Not only just on this, they do it on a massive scale when it comes to finances, business, everything. This is why we losing as a people. This is why we losing. Because they own the radio stations, TV stations. The same stations that we watch, right, and support, these are the same stations. So we need to get together, start putting our money together, and start coming up with our own radio station, TV station. Because as black folks, we have to understand the power that we have. We have the biggest buying power, but we own nothing. That don't make sense. We buy everything from everybody except each other, and we don't own nothing. That is a big problem. And that's one of the main reasons why we're so behind. But with that being said, man, hope y'all love the video. And like I say, research it yourself, man. Hopefully y'all see social media differently. Hopefully y'all see broadcasting different when it comes to radio and TV. And just hopefully y'all understand how they can control us through these media outlets. You feel me? So with that being said, y'all have a blessed day. I'm going to drop another video later on today. And I love y'all. I'm out.
The Middle East Institute at Columbia University's School of International Affairs. I did my graduate studies at the Middle East Institute at Columbia University's School of International Affairs. I took
Well, this is ODD, and I want to put a spotlight on Colorado because I live in Colorado, and some of my observations lead me to believe that it may very well be the New World Order headquarters. Now, this is all speculation, of course, but I feel that it's justified. So
graduate studies at the Middle East Institute at Columbia University's School of International Affairs. I took
Family, come like they know I'm gonna play this video, but what I'm going to do with this video, I'm gonna send it in the Telegram group, and hope so you are in the Telegram, yeah. If you're not in the Telegram group, you can find my links all over my page, you know what I mean? And I will send it to I don't know what happened. They're just freezing this video. There's a message behind it, you know what I mean? It's a powerful video. All right, so I'm just gonna play the next video, yeah? All right, love your family. Remember to see the link in the chat, and I will send this video where you see on the screen now to the group, yeah?
Well, this is ODD, and I want to put a spotlight on Colorado because I live in Colorado, and some of my observations lead me to believe that it may very well be the New World Order headquarters. Now, this is all speculation, of course, but I feel that it's justified. So let's get started. Right off the bat on the state seal, we see the all-seeing eye at the top. We know what that means. We don't have to say too much about that, but let me point out something very interesting. On the bottom of the seal, we see that Colorado was established in 1876. That's exactly 100 years from the time that Adam Weishaupt founded the Order of the Illuminati in 1776. Now here's the kicker. 1776 is also the year that the design for the Great Seal of the United States with the all-seeing eye on it was submitted by a man named Pierre-Eugène du Cimetière. So basically, the Order of the Illuminati and the Great Seal were both created in 1776, both which use the all-seeing eye, and 100 years later, Colorado was established also using the eye on its official seal. And to this day, it's the only state to do so. Underneath the eye is a bundle of sticks with an axe sticking out. This is known as the fascio, and it basically means totalitarianism or authoritarianism. Fascio equals fascism.
Also on the fascio
is what appears to be XIX, which in the official explanation just says they are ribbons. So lots of interpretations can be made there, One that I consider is double X or double cross Saturn symbolism, because the seal of Saturn is 2 X's. And what's crazy is that it easily converts into the Freemasonic square and compass, and even what's known as the Star of David, but also has many other names, such as the Star of Remphan, as I like to call it. But this makes sense when you understand that the elite do in fact worship Saturn, which is the god of 1,000 names. Another interesting aspect is the heavy use of blue and red on the Colorado seal. A lot of researchers attribute the 2 colors to Saturn, but an easy way to look at it is the dualistic nature of our world and society. Red and blue is Republicans and Democrats. Coke and Pepsi, the illusion of choice. Anyway, the shield with mountains, a pickaxe, and a hammer. I'm not really sure what to make of it, but I'll take a stab at it. The pickaxe and the hammer could represent the designers and builders of Freemasonry known as the architects. The shield itself definitely symbolism of sorts, being that they are used for many logos including Warner Brothers and the NFL. But what really comes to mind is the Rothschild family, whose name translates to Red Shield. The Rothschilds are one of the most wealthiest families on Earth, and if you look at the top of the shield here, it's red. Not too certain, but just food for thought. Last but not least, towards the bottom of the seal is the Latin phrase, Nil sine numine, which translates to nothing without the deity, and we all know which deity they are talking about, the god of this world, according to the Bible. Now we're going to move on to the Denver International Airport, DIA. This airport is the largest in America and one of the biggest in the world. Here's an aerial view of the land, and just this little part right here is the main building that travelers go through. Let's check it out on Google Earth to get a better perspective. So now we are right above the land, and I'll show you around a little. This is what I'm talking about. Just this right here is where you go to get in. This is the funky roof that we see in pictures. Surrounding the white building are parking garages, and then outdoor parking on both sides as well. It's just huge, and after you get in, go through security, you go down underground to get on a train, at which point you're taken to one of the 3 concourses, which are these buildings here. Down here is where you enter from Pena Boulevard, and this is also where you find the demonic-looking blue Mustang. The creator of the statue, Luis Jimenez, was killed when a section of it fell on him at his studio. So yeah, really big place with lots of land, and it's reported that the project went $2 billion over budget, making it easy to understand that there really is much more to this airport than the public gets to see. I fully believe that it's a deep underground military base, and it's also multi-purpose. It can serve as anything from a FEMA-type concentration camp to a fallout refuge for the financial elite ruling class. So now we will make our way inside, where we'll be greeted by spooky gargoyles in suitcases. What's up, spooky gargoyles in suitcases?
I want to eat your soul.
Oh snap, let's go look at the murals. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with this, as it's been a very popular conspiracy for years now. So I'll breeze through the rest of this segment. We have the 4 murals, and they go in this order: hardcore military oppression, police state; total destruction and the death of race and religion; coming together for a new world order; and finally living in peace and harmony under a one world government and one world religion. A large portion of DIA is called the Great Hall and is named after a room found in Freemason lodges. Within the Great Hall is a Freemasonic capstone with the time capsule underneath, not to be opened until 2094. Take note that towards the bottom it says, New World Airport Commission. The weird thing is that there is no record of this commission's existence. This whole place is a Freemasonic shrine, and there's even a statue of an astronaut, Jack Swigert, at Concourse B, constantly reinforcing the hoax that is space travel. Let's head over to America2050.org and we could look at the future mega regions or megacities. Just like Megacity 1 on Judge Dredd. There will be 11 mega regions, including one that will consist of Colorado Springs, Denver, Santa Fe, and Albuquerque. This will be accompanied by the Trans-American Passenger Network, which will connect all the megacities. Now, what I find interesting about this is that if you look at what's called the possible Yellowstone supervolcano eruption map, it almost seems to correlate with the future megacities. We could overlay this map over the other, and it's a perfect match. It doesn't seem like a coincidence, but I hope this doesn't happen, and I am speculating. So my point is that Colorado is still there, even though it seems off because it's really the only mega region in the center of the map. Let's check out the Hunger Games map from the movie franchise. Now, do you see where the capital is? A lot of that is Colorado. Not all of it, but still. Also in the movie Hunger Games, the Resistance is headquartered in an old military facility built beneath a mountain and is capable of launching missiles. A nod to NORAD, which is the North American Aerospace Defense Colorado Springs inside of Cheyenne Mountain. NORAD is featured in movies like War Games from 1983, the Terminator franchise, and Interstellar, which used NORAD's mountain bunker as the headquarters for the new NASA.
Nassholes, I call them.
Also in Colorado, we have NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology. It's located in Boulder, and they are the people that put out the official story on 9/11, which we know is completely bogus. So right off the bat, we know there's something up here. Over the years, there's been a lot of speculation regarding this place, including that they work on hologram technology and voice of God technology, which is the technology that uses certain frequencies to direct voices straight into your head. Both technologies would be used in a Project Bluebeam scenario. On July 20th, 2012, just 4 or 5 months before the Sandy Hook hoax took place, we had the Dark Knight Aurora shootings with James Holmes. I don't know if anyone was injured or not, but it was completely staged, and it couldn't have been more obvious. The alleged shooter, James Holmes, was involved in mind-altering neuroscience research, like behavioral programming, basically.
Around the same
Yes, family. So enough love goes out to Moonstar same way, you know what I mean? Alright, so like what me as a family, you see what happened now, you see all of these things what you was just saying. It's just like the system what we are living in, you know what I mean? Hold on, let me mute it. This is like the world what we are living in, you know? And if you see your position in this, that means that you are in the system, innit? This come like the whole entire organization, what they make. You understand me? And who make this organization? I'm going to show you who make this organization. You understand me, family? So as you see, that is like the top of the chart is like who is living easy and who is living half a year back. You understand me? It's just like Facebook. You understand me? Every day we go in on Facebook watching these things, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, wherever we get information, you know what I mean? And next after we go fall asleep, next we wake up and do the same system thing, innit? All right, family. So what happened now? I'm gonna show you who make these things. So according to my position there in the system, I would be like the one who is doing construction. You understand me, family? Yeah, I'll be doing construction. So as you see, it's a lot of different body parts there, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, for real, man. And we need to come out of these things. And family, I want you to have an upliftment day, you know what I mean, family? Or evening. No matter where you are in the world, we still breathe the same oxygen. We still, you know what I mean, in the same world. You know what I mean? They enslave family in different ways, innit? Like some people like blue, some people like red. But just love family. Nobody pick. Because one day you're going to leave the earth, innit? Nobody pick, you know what I mean? Out of apple or grape, what is better? You know what I mean? Apple is great for the apple reason, innit? You understand me? It's just like apple will cure your eye and grape will like maybe cure your throat, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I like red or I like blue or I like orange. No. It's just like us as people inside of the body, yeah? We as the energy in the body. Black people is here, or African people is here for African reason. European is here for European reason. Asian is here for the Asian reason. Chinese is here for the Chinese reason. You understand me? No, nobody say, oh, you know what? I love white, I love black, I love Indian, I love Chinese. No, we all here for a reason. We all here for a purpose. But because of how family see how we are loving, they brainwash us. Like, put us into a belief stage. Like, oh, family believe say they are living in the earth. You understand me? Family will think that they are living in the earth. Family, we're there on a journey. And because of these families, so have an upliftment afternoon. And remember, open your eyes, don't be blind, open your mind, know how to think, open your mouth, know what to say. Satan is just a vibration. They try to keep you low. You understand me? It's just like the government. The government is not better than you, know, but they try to keep you low. So you see, everybody is seeing the government like the government is good, and you is righteous is underneath the government. You understand me? When it must be like that, or the government is not righteous, we supposed to be like that. You understand me? 100%. So free your mind from mental slavery, family, and know say the school system, the education system, know say it's people like these enslave us.
Rockefeller seized U.S. media. He also hijacked U.S. medicine. When it was discovered that drugs could be produced from petroleum, America's top oil mogul ordered his army of propagandists to invert reality accordingly. Medicines used for thousands of years were suddenly classified as alternative, while the new, petroleum-based, highly addictive, and patentable drugs were declared the gold standard. After buying a German pharmaceutical company that manufactured chemicals of war for Adolf Hitler, Rockefeller leveraged his political influence by pressing Congress to declare natural healing modalities unscientific quackery. Rockefeller then took control of the American Medical Association and began offering massive grants to top medical schools under the mandate that only his approved curriculum be taught. Any mention of the healing powers of herbs, plants, and diet was erased from most medical textbooks. Doctors and professors who objected to Rockefeller's plan were crucified by the media, removed from the AMA, and stripped of their license to teach and practice medicine. Those who dared to speak out were arrested and jailed. When evidence began to emerge that petroleum-based medicines were causing cancer, Mr. Rockefeller founded the American Cancer Society, through which he suppressed that information. John D. Rockefeller is duly credited as the founder of the pharmaceutical industry, and the reason that medical error is currently the third leading cause of death in America. This is not an indictment against doctors. More than anyone, they are under the stranglehold of the single largest lobbying power in Washington. Every year, the pharmaceutical industry spends at least twice the amount as big oil to influence laws, policies, and public perception. Thanks to Mr. Rockefeller, the architect of American monopolies, no industry has more power over our lives than Big Pharma.
Alright, yes, family. So, have a upliftment afternoon, yeah, family? Yeah, man, because you know, I say most time I just do 1 hour, you know what I mean, family? And 1 hour is like, it's a lot, you know what I mean, family? Yeah, man, for real, man, and I just conscious things that play. Things for you to come to your reality. Things what, if you want to comment, you can comment. Or if you want to come on the live, you can come on the live. But don't keep your knowledge inside of your head. And when you keep in the knowledge inside of your head, why you keep it inside of your head? Because they either dumb you down, or you think, say, oh, your knowledge is just for yourself, or you think that, oh, yeah, you can teach a spiritual side something. What you can teach an apple tree? Huh? The apple tree already know how to bear apple already, innit? What you can teach a mango tree? What you can teach the water? You understand me? You can't teach the water nothing. The water know how to quench thirst. You understand me? It's just us now, lost our way. It's like we have to guide with our knowledge what the universe give to us. You know what I mean, family? So, family, have a upliftment afternoon, yeah? And love you so much, yeah, family? Upright and upright. I'm out.